Yes, testing 1, 2, 3.
You bet, Bob.
One, two, three, four. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm a white wine drinker, but there's always exceptions.
With coverage you can count on. Welcome to Erie News Now at 5.
Is back to school week. Students, of course, in most area school districts are going back to class, and this was the first day of school for students in Erie's public schools, except at Erie High School, where we have learned only the freshmen reported.
Our Lisa Adams went to Erie High today to learn more about why the freshman class has the first day all to themselves. Lisa, is this a new approach?
Good evening, guys. It is a new approach. They did try a staggered start, I'm told, last year, so this is the second time that only the freshmen are having classes for the first day of school. The key reasons: it's a big class, 550 students in a big school, enrollment nearing 1,700 this year, in a big building that spans 4 city blocks. With dramatic building upgrades underway, we wanted to see how impressed Erie High students and teachers were on day one. Turns out this day was just for the new kids, the incoming freshman class. The idea is to help 9th graders find their way around the sprawling Erie High building, from career and technical classrooms to academic ones. Students met all their teachers for their alternating A and B day schedules, and staff offered plenty of help in the hallways as students figured out those schedules and were pointed to the right wing, the right hallway, and the right classrooms to get their high school careers started.
There's a lot of people in this building. It's a huge building, and they're also they're very overwhelmed the first day to begin with, so it's very nice to work with them one-on-one. You get to meet them a little bit more. They get to see where their classrooms are.
I think no matter what, it's going to be a little scary when they see the upperclassmen come onto campus, but I think we did a good first step to set them up to be successful.
And being successful is what it is all about. Erie High has high expectation for these students to start strong and to finish their degrees in 4 years. Upperclassmen return for their first day tomorrow. Although the building improvements are still a work in progress, teachers are very excited about all the upgrades. We'll hear how excited coming up at 6 o'clock. Live in the studio, Lisa Adams, Erie News Now.
Lisa, thanks. As fall approaches and students return to school, COVID-19 cases are rising nationwide, and a new booster shot may be available in less than a month.
Our Ethan Kibbe talked with local experts today, learning more about the fall COVID outlook. Ethan, if cases are rising, what do people need to know?
Mike and Eva, experts say the best advice is honestly pretty simple. Be aware, use common sense, and get a booster shot if you're eligible for it. We'll learn more about that in the weeks ahead. All over the country, COVID-19 cases are rising, and that is happening in our region too. Now, that would have been really concerning a couple of years ago, but it's not a major concern, at least not right now. Local experts say that yes, cases are up. Severe cases, though, are still really low, and although most people hospitalized with COVID-19 are at the hospital for another reason, they exhibit symptoms, then they get tested, and so they do indeed have COVID, but it's not what brought them to the hospital in the first place. Experts say the best advice: get vaccinated when new boosters become available. That's expected to happen next month.
Getting a vaccine is the very best strategy to avoid severe illness. We know that. And the emerging strains have figured out a way to chemically get around some of the vaccine and immunity that was conferred from previous strains.
There are meetings scheduled to review those new boosters. They're set for September 12th, so we may see those new boosters roll out in about 2 weeks. Who will be eligible for them? That's still a question mark. Once we know, we'll let you know. So if you are eligible, you can go get it. Several school districts across the country did have to cancel classes for a few days last week. Too many students and teachers were coming down with respiratory illnesses, viral illnesses like COVID and the flu as well. Experts also note that for the first time, though, and this is really good news, we now have an RSV vaccine. That could be a game changer for younger kids and for the elderly as well. First time, a chance perhaps to save a lot of lives. Ethan Kibbe, Erie News Now.
Ethan, thanks.
Here we go.
Turning our attention to the weather forecast, John Stalen joining us live from the Erie County Fair, bringing us some sunshine in that forecast tonight. John, hello.
Yeah, it's pretty good here. You know that tonight is the, I don't know if it's Dakota will clear this up. It's either the first night or the last night where the sun sets at 8 o'clock. So that's kind of interesting. We're starting to lose some daylight out here. The fair just begun. Not a lot of folks here just yet, but they're all down there where the rides are. We're going to show you that a little bit later on at 5:30 or so, but things are looking nice. If you are planning for the week ahead, take a look at what I have for you. You can see here as we take a look at the week ahead, some big news. Really not much happening. It's pretty quiet weather-wise, so the fair going to be fantastic for the week. There's a little chance of rain as we head on into maybe a passing shower Tuesday and Wednesday. Dakota will talk more about that for you, but we're also going to track, of course, the big super moon. It's the closest it's been for a long time, and it's a blue moon. We'll explain that, of course, as we get closer, and then we're tracking the big hurricane down there into the southeastern portions of the United States. That's going to be a whopper. We're talking storm surge, possibly 7 and 11 feet. So all in all there. But for tonight, clear skies, things looking beautiful for us. A nice little nip in the air, a little touch of fall. It's going to be very refreshing out here. And of course, we are at the Northwest Main Stage. And of course, Erie News Now, proud sponsor of, well, part sponsor of the Erie County Fair here at Wattsburg. This is Corey Boyd. He is the president of the fair this year. And Corey, it looks very nice out here today. It's gorgeous out here. Very easy to walk around. The weather's good, obviously. I took care of that for you. But nonetheless, tell us what people can expect this year.
This year, it's our 138th fair, 138 years of tradition.
Wow.
We have more vendors, more stages, more midway acts, more fun. It's going to be a great fair.
Yeah, and just quickly enough, tell everybody, I have this pin on. Tell the people admission. I think that's fantastic admission.
$10 gate admission, includes rides. Can't beat it.
Yeah, you can't. And if you do buy the button, you have to pay $5 extra for the ride each day. But you can come every single day with this button and don't have to pay, except for the rides out there too. So if there are people at home saying, I don't know what to do, why should they come out here?
It's just more fun, and it's going to be a great time.
It is. He's got the energy too. So if the energy of the fair is anything like Corey, you're going to love yourself. Erie News Now, proud sponsor tonight. Jeff Granger, 6 to 8 p.m. We'll have more from the fair coming up in just a few.
Yeah, lots to see and do there for sure. All right, did you feel it last night in Madison, Ohio, Lake County? An earthquake with a magnitude of 3.7 was felt, but it sent shockwaves through Erie, as far as Cleveland, Jamestown, New York, even Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, it happened around 10:30 last night, and while there hasn't been any reported damage in our area, it certainly sent shockwaves across social media platforms, with people taking to various platforms to discuss what they just felt.
So magnitude 3.7, which is a strong enough earthquake to be felt locally, particularly because of the timing. And it was 10:30 at night. Most people were doing something quiet, sitting, watching TV. A lot of people, I think, were just going to bed. And those are kind of the perfect conditions under which you might feel an earthquake of this magnitude.
Well, this was actually the second of 3 earthquakes that were registered near the Pennsylvania-Ohio border, with the first occurring Thursday, 8:43 a.m., the third happening just minutes after the second one on Sunday, just after 11 p.m.